Demarest. Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 26 of Hit the Mics with Ryan D. I, of course, am Ryan D.
And I am your co-host, Steve Rodgers.
That's right. Welcome, everybody. We got 4 people joined in already. So, hi, everyone. We sitting here in our new setup right now.
Yeah, new studio.
A little
red backdrop.
Steve's got some new equipment. He's got his computer back. We're back, baby.
Yeah, we're getting better.
We're back.
Step by step, baby steps.
I got my pineapple. I got Beastie Boys.
Where'd you get that though? Did you get it at the dollar store?
99-cent store. Yeah, I got a bunch of
hidden gems.
Got some Lays and some cool sunglasses and flamingos.
Oh, that's what you put on Lemmy earlier.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. So I love the 99, dude. Every time I do Humpcast, we go to the 99 on Tuesdays, and then I find something like that's my whole look. There's my wardrobe.
Yeah, no, I saw it sitting over here.
I got like a whole bag of hats and knickknacks.
See, that's the problem. When I go to the 99-cent store, it's just like, oh fuck it, it's just $1. Like I go there to get like dish soap, and then I leave like spending $20, and with the whole thing, it's just like, oh, it's just $1.
I always walk in there and I get like a ton of shit that I don't even fucking need.
Yeah, it's kind of like the thing when white girls go to Target. It's like, oh my god, I can't go to Target and just get one thing and leave with everything. It's me at the dollar store.
When I had Target money.
Before Corona, when I had money.
When I had Target money.
Yeah, you go do that.
I was able to. Yeah, I'd spend some shit. I'd spend some money at Target.
Yeah. So how's your week been?
Not bad, I guess. I don't know for what it is. I'm really. I mean, I put off doing a bunch of shit for this show.
Yeah.
And finally, I drank some vodka and got it done last night.
Yeah.
So.
Well, there you go.
No. Well, I was gonna do it. I was like, oh fuck, I was gonna do it in the morning. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get some coffee and just like sit in the garage and fucking hammer it out, right?
Yeah.
Like,
no. I said the same thing this morning. I'm like, I'm gonna get up like early at 9 and I'm gonna get some stuff done. And then my alarm went off and I was just like, nope.
Yeah.
Fuck it. I'm just gonna sleep in like always.
Yeah. And then I was trying to get it done sober. and then I realized oh, I'm recording intros and I do it better when I have to talk to myself when I'm drunk. So
when you just got a little bit in you.
Yeah, when I gotta
before we came on, I was going to tell you a story about this dumb thing that I did to myself this week.
Let's hear it.
So I don't remember what I was making, but I was making something and I was mixing a bunch of spices together for it. And I had my measuring spoon, little half teaspoon. I was doing that. And the last thing I was doing was cayenne pepper. So I got half teaspoon of cayenne pepper, put it in, whatever, made what I made, and then it's time to clean up. I take the spoon, take the cutting board, throw it in the sink, get the spoon I was using, the measuring spoon I was using, throw that in the sink. So it still has some cayenne pepper in it. And so the faucet was under the other sink. So I just like smacked it over, turned on the water and looked down. Water went straight into the spoon and then shot directly into my eye. So I essentially pepper sprayed myself. And I'm just standing over the sink, just like whining, just like trying to wash cayenne pepper out of my fucking eye.
Oh, that's so
like it was just so perfect. Like
I did something. It was a while ago. Back in the day, I forgot what I did to my friend, but it was something kind of fucked up. And his way of getting back at me was pouring, basically fucking what is it like. Basically pouring sriracha on his hand and then slapping me over the face with it.
Oh,
but like,
dude, fuck you!
It got all over my eyes.
Yeah,
it was fucked up. I had to like put my head in the sink. And So that was his way of getting it because I forgot what I did to him, but I did something similar where like I threw some chili powder at him.
Okay. So you kind of deserved it. All right.
Yeah. And it was within a span of one night. And then so he just waited. And so later on in the night, I got fucked up.
Yeah.
And he poured sriracha on his hand and then bitch slapped me with it. Yeah. That was a good time. Good times.
Friends.
Yeah.
How many of us have them?
All right. We got Jacob Gibbons on deck right now. He's right there. He's right in our waiting room right now. So we're gonna bring him on. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Love Jacob.
All right.
Hey guys.
Jacob.
Can you hear me okay?
Turn him down. I'm sorry.
Turn him down. Oh, is it too
loud?
loud?
There you go.
No, you're good. How you doing?
Nice. Good.
Wait, let me change. There we go. It's a better way of looking at it. How are you, man?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me on the show.
Yeah, no, I love the new facial hair.
Yeah.
Thanks.
It looks like
Well,
dad.
No, it's going more like pirate.
Yeah, that's what I said.
well,
dad
this is the inspiration is Deadwood. This is totally. I'm trying to go for like the cowboy. I started out down with the long handlebar, and it looked very James Hetfield, which I was pretty metal. But then I went for the Deadwood. But I've heard everything from Morgan Spurlock to Kevin Kline to Pirate. Now Pirate. Add to the list.
Yeah, there you go.
It's very piratey.
Good to see both of you dudes.
I know,
man.
It's been a long time
It
since
has.
I've seen you. I know we've interacted on Twitter.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, it's been a while.
It has been a while.
Yeah. So how you been? How you been handling your this whole pandemic situation and whatnot? Well, we haven't talked. Actually, you were probably. It's funny because I'm bringing back my old podcast, so now this is like 2.0. So I keep hitting up the same guests I had like in the beginning of the last time. So
yeah. You're going back.
Yeah, I think you were like number 3 on that one. So
oh, nice.
Yeah, that was when House Harker came out, and that's when we talked about it.
Yeah.
So it's been it's been over like a year since I've had.
Yeah, it's been I would say even longer than that. I would think, but I don't know. I have no concept of time.
Yeah,
like most.
Yeah.
But to your question about, I'm sure my answer is average, like most. Good days and bad, good weeks and bad. Being quarantined with 2 little kids definitely is an adventure.
Yeah. I don't have kids, but my roommates do, and so I've been dealing with that as well.
Lucky you.
Yeah. Oh man, like I was telling them earlier, like last night I was just in my room and I was like, you know what? I want some Oreos. There's a 7-Eleven down the street, so I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go. I open my door and there's Ryan's niece naked, and I was like, oh, wear your clothes. Like you should put some clothes on. And then immediately after that, her 5-year-old brother comes running through the hallway naked as well. I'm like, I'm getting out of here. I gotta go. Not dealing with 2 naked kids. Yeah.
That was not in the lease. They did not mention naked children in the lease.
They didn't mention that at all. Sometimes you might walk out of your room, you might see, naked kid. Don't worry about it. Just keep it moving. Don't make it weird.
Yeah.
Oh man,
for sure.
Yeah. You haven't strangled any of your children yet, yeah?
No, I mean, definitely the whole schooling thing added a layer for every parent, because it's one thing to be trapped inside with your kids, but the other thing is having to handle like home education. This isn't, we're not really well equipped to have the patience and understanding to sit there and walk them through online schooling. And that's really where it can hit the fan.
That's a good point. So, like, what kind of stuff do they have you do for that? Like, and what is, I mean, like, I knew kids that went to homeschooling, like, when I was in school and stuff, and I'm like, God, you're so lucky. Like, what does that consist of? Do you have to, like, is there a certain amount of hours you have to do, or is it just, like, packets and shit like that?
Well, we're Glendale Unified, and so, like, LA school district has it different. All these counties are kind of doing things a little bit different, but for my 11-year-old, he's in 5th grade. So there's like an actual agenda that they have every morning, and you log into this kind of system on. They gave us Chromebooks to use during this time, which was nice. And cool. His schoolwork only takes a couple hours every morning if he focuses in and gets it done. And so like by lunchtime, he's pretty much done if he focuses in. My 5-year-old, he's in TK, transitional kindergarten. So it's like draw a circle and then you're done. That doesn't last very long.
Yeah. Did you this is what I was thinking, because I only know a few parents, but did you find it like nice to be home with the kids at first, and then or was it like,
there are plus sides for sure. I mean, I think that, and look, we're entertainers, comedians, we're people with a lot of energy that has to go somewhere. And I think that one thing that keeps me sane is the going out and coming home. You feel so much more like you value your time. You go out, you do open mics, you do shows, and then you get to a Saturday and you're laying there and you're playing games with your kids and you're like, God, this is amazing. This is so special. Yeah. So when you're home all the time, you are grateful for those moments, but you don't have anywhere to kind of escape to. So I think that that's the hard thing for what a lot of parents are dealing with, is that you have nowhere to go.
Yeah, absolutely.
We live in Los Angeles. I don't have a giant home. I have a little apartment. So it's like you have your escape corner, basically, but there are great moments. Like my 5-year-old, he'll snuggle up on me and say things like, "I'm so happy to have you around," and so he'll say sweet things, and you're like, "Aww."
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I know. My Steve actually, he rents a room from my mom. And that's where my sister lives with her daughter and her, I guess, stepson.
Yeah.
Whatever. And now and then my brother broke up with his girlfriend and went and ended up moving over there too. So it's basically Steve's living what my life was up until I was 20.
Yeah,
it's my mom screaming at my siblings all day.
Oh yeah, that's my alarm clock.
Yeah.
I just wake up. What?
Yeah.
Like, God damn it! I'm like, all right, I guess I'm awake now.
Man, I'm telling you, it's exactly how I'm like. Welcome to the first 20 years of my life, dude.
That is hilarious.
So funny.
Oh God,
it's so funny. I know it's nothing you signed up for too. I thought it would be a little more. It's like,
but it's funny.
It's like you moved in and then everyone followed you.
Yeah, but no, it's funny. Like with the quarantine thing, because like. Severa, the 3-year-old, like I can tell she's done as well. Cause like I'll wake up and I'll go downstairs. I'm like, oh hey Severa, how's it going? And she's like, no, I'm playing Play-Doh.
I'm not having this chit chat.
No,
okay,
we're not doing this today. Like I'm doing my thing. Leave me alone.
Enough with the small talk, Steve.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, I get it. Play your Play-Doh.
Yeah.
Like, don't mind me.
The Play-Doh business, bitch. Get out of here.
That's amazing. I agree that the young kids are less well equipped to deal with it because they can't wrap their heads around why this is even going on. An 11-year-old, we can have a conversation, and they have iPads with Minecraft and games, and they can FaceTime with their friends. And there's a lot, like once you hit a certain age, there's so many more things you can do to socialize, like we're doing right now. Like you can socialize more, but like if you're 3, 4, 5, 6, if you're in that bracket, they're all just looking at you like, why can't I go anywhere? This is what's happening? And you're like, global pandemic, and they're like, I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I know. They're like, I know that's how she is right now too. Because like I live with my grandparents, and she loves Nana. So so my niece Sophia, she got so excited because I walked in with my grandma's keys. I drove over to my mom's place with the keys, and she's like, Nana's keys. She's like, no, Nana. No, Nana. I'm disappointed to see me walk in the door and not Nana. But
that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh man. So who have you had on Hit the Mic so far? Anybody I know?
Last week we just did last week we did Patrick Reily, Brennan Cooney.
Yeah. Nice. Oh yeah, I remember Brennan. I remember him.
Yeah, Brennan's really funny, real dry.
Yeah, he is.
But Patrick was funny because we started telling dad stories, and his dad was a character. So he talks about how his dad was like this angry guy that would just like he would spend his weekends trying to find motherfuckers that wronged him. Like that was that's how he spent weekends with his dad. But it's just like he'd be like, okay, we're gonna go find fucking Jim today.
That's a Liam Neeson dad, I think.
Yeah. So he has a great bit about it, but that's where we kind of unraveled that conversation. But
that's hilarious.
There was that. Then we had who Rob Thompson is.
The name sounds familiar. It's not the guy in Matchbox 20.
Dick Neptune, actually. The guy I played drums for, actually. That's his band.
Oh, gotcha.
He's also a comic. He does a great podcast called Robert Land.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it's an amusement park podcast where he does like sketches and interviews. So like he'll have like a comic on, like do like a full interview on like their experiences going to amusement parks.
Right.
But then in between he'll do like little sketches of like, oh yeah, I'm here in like Disney jail. Like the one that I did, I was a cholo in Disney jail.
That's great. I have to check that out.
Yeah, it's pretty funny, man. It's real fun too, and he's got some great guests on too. So, yeah, you got to check that out. We've had him on, and Mark Gonzalez. We've had Mark on.
Yeah, of course.
Mark. That's why I told you. I think I'm going back. Like we've only done 3 episodes in this official format, but
well, you've got a good setup going on. It looks like you got the red curtain behind you. You got it.
We're trying
pineapple.
Yeah, you got the pineapple. He's got some IPA. It looks like right there.
Yeah, a little stone.
We got the mini fridge over there.
I recognize the can. That's how much of an IPA addict I am. I'm like, that's a Stone IPA, isn't it?
Yeah, we got it. No, but what I wanted to ask, like, with this whole quarantine thing, mainly specifically to you, like, number one, how creative have you been being at home all the time?
Terribly not creative at all.
I really enjoy the ninja bikers.
Oh, the motorcycle ninjas.
Motorcycle ninjas, yes.
That's been the only creative thing that's come out, and it was honestly. Has Steve seen it either? Have you seen it?
No, I don't think I've seen that.
They're on his Instagram. They're
okay. I've been on Instagram.
Little funny short, like the whole concept is like you can always hear them coming.
Okay.
So it's he does like what is it, like a green screen thing? He's like
it's just an app. Yeah, it's just an app, and the idea came from, the backstory of Motorcycle Ninjas was I took the boys down to, we have a park at the bottom of a hill. The playground's closed, but they have scooters, and they would ride around in circles, and they had their face masks on. They're on scooters. They've got a plastic sword, like, in the back of their shirt, and I just start going, Motorcycle Ninjas, like that, and the boys just start dying laughing. And so we get up the hill, and I started thinking of how ridiculous it is to be ninjas and on things that are loud, like a motorcycle. And I was like, oh, there's totally a joke in here. And so I used this app, and the gimmick being a criminal, is about to complete his crime. And then he hears the sound of the motorcycles, and now he's got ample amount of time to get away. So, so that's the only creative thing I've done, to be honest, because when we went on lockdown, the first thought that goes in your mind is you think, oh, I can't wait to, Are we having tech problems?
Have all the free time. No, we can still hear
sorry.
you.
Okay, good.
I heard you glitch a little bit, but
We
have Kevin on deck right now. He's actually in the waiting room, but I'm going to tell him to sit tight for a second. But
all right, I'll wrap this up. But you go in lockdown and you think, oh, I'm going to write that script I've wanted to work on. I'm going to record that cover. I'm going to finally do all these. I'm going to paint again. All these creative thoughts. But I found myself completely unable.
Set up right there.
Yeah, I'm the same. I have not been able to write anything this entire quarantine.
I haven't been able to. And a buddy, one of my best friends, we talked on the phone about it, and he had a really good analogy. And he said, for example, if a kid does school at home, that's called homeschooling. But what you're doing isn't homeschooling, you're crisis schooling. You're schooling in a crisis situation. So it's not the same thing at all. And he's like, at that same turn, you didn't just take time off of work and on a vacation. This isn't just leisure to you. This is a crisis situation. So it doesn't inspire. You don't feel inspired because none of it feels normal. And so that's one of the things that I've, told myself. So anyway, that was my story.
Hold on. Before we introduce Kevin. Okay, introduce Kevin. He's there.
Kevin.
He's there.
Well, hey,
Kevin.
Hey, Jacob.
Hey, how's it going? Yeah, we do.
So no introduction needed here, but I mean, you can introduce me. Everybody
we were talking
about. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
You heard about what we're talking about, right?
Yeah, it was cool.
You heard
about lack of wanting.
Okay, but I want to know, Jacob, creativity.
Yeah, this is going like every Zoom call I've seen this entire last 2 months. Just like, no, you go ahead.
Well,
wait, hold on, it's me.
No, the reason,
no, you do it.
I wanted to ask the main reason I wanted to ask Jacob how creative. Number one, because I'm going through it too. Number two, I want to when are we going to get that sequel to House Harker?
That's a good point.
Yeah,
I love that movie.
Yeah, well, thank you.
I had a bloody good time with House Harker. Fucking phenomenal.
Well,
yeah, I loved it.
I appreciate it. So I've not been creative like most, and then two, I don't know. There's been some interesting things happening behind the scenes with the movie that might spike it to some attention. Can't talk about them yet, but might be making a triumphant return and getting some more support. So I'll keep you posted if we do get a chance to do a sequel. So,
well, fingers crossed. I hope it works out, man. You guys did a great job.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was like it's hard. It's gonna sound fucked up, but like some of your friends come up, they do shorts, they do things, and you're like, yeah, I'll watch it, and you check it out, you're like, oh man, I don't even know if I like that.
Yeah.
or like it's really bad. You know, you don't want to, and you just want to be nice. You want to tell them, oh, it was. But like honestly, I really enjoyed that movie. Like it was right up my alley. It was like,
because remember we did a podcast when you first told us about it, and then like the next day I watched it, and then I called around like, no, watch this fucking movie.
Yeah.
Like watch it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good
great.
to hear. It's good to hear, guys. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Kevin's in a private jet.
Yeah, Jacob. Sorry.
He is.
Yeah.
I
fly around
right
during during the whole pandemic. I've just been doing a flight pattern landing. Yeah, just like I'm not landing until you guys be safe.
That's hilarious.
Not contagious. Yeah. You gotta know there's at least one billionaire that's in that situation.
Oh, for sure. There's a guy just
at least a couple have just been
orbiting Earth, just like, nah, I'm not going down.
Not yet.
Like, I won't re-enter until you solve this. They're like being held hostage, transferring funds from space, like to research.
Yeah. But Kevin, what's going on with your life? I haven't seen you in a bit.
Yeah, well, I'm not enjoying lockdown, just like pretty much everybody.
Everybody, yeah.
I had a little bit of excitement. No, I'm not. It's not it's not that different than what I've been doing all the time anyway. So,
which is
I was unemployed for 2 years. This is like I was social distancing then. I was just like,
oh, dude, I was gonna ask you that too. Now I feel bad because I remember last time I talked to you, we were at a bar and you were telling me you just put in your application to be, I think it was a professor at Caltech.
Yeah. That didn't happen.
I was going to ask how did that go, but
well, I don't know how it went.
Way to dig up the past, Steve. Way to dig up the past. He's like, yeah, I just got over it. Thanks. No problem.
Well, now it doesn't even look like schools will exist for another year or something. Wow. So maybe that was like a blessing to not get the job because now I'm like, this would be how I'd have to have office hours. Is like how we're doing this right now. So.
Yeah,
you can office hours in a plane.
Yeah. Anyway, so I got a little of excitement in that. I had a big scare in that I thought I had COVID. Actually, I still might.
Oh,
I'm not
shit.
sure. But I went and got tested 2 days ago on Tuesday, and I got a negative result, so that was nice.
Oh my gosh!
Is COVID the new AIDS?
Yeah, I think it's the new AIDS. Yeah. Where like
or HIV, you know, like
it's like straight AIDS or ambiguous AIDS. I'm not sure. Maybe not straight, but I thought it was really funny to make like a parody disease that was like the straight plague. It's just like this thing that the straights get. I think that'd be so. And it's just like we have to avoid places where the straights congregate. Like
What's
so,
Hollywood
it becomes like this big, dirty word. It's like,
we can't go to REI anymore.
We can't go to Hooters.
REI, you could get the COVID, and then. And we'll start seeing like things trying to shame people. Just like, not everyone who's straight has COVID. Lori or whatever. I don't know.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Look, why do they have to flaunt their straightness?
Just because I watch football doesn't mean I have COVID. They're not related.
That's hilarious.
That is good.
Yeah.
All right. Should we get into the great debate?
Oh, we definitely get into a great debate.
Oh, dude.
So, you set it up. It up, and then I'll get my argument.
So the great debate. It's split my household. It's really my girlfriend and I have been fighting about it for weeks. Cats and dogs have been killing each other over it. We don't know.
Please tell me it's 5G.
No. It's really dumb, but get into it.
Okay. So if you wash your body with a bar of soap, right? And then you put it between your butt cheeks. You put the bar of soap in your ass, basically between the ass crack to wash out your ass.
Yeah.
Is that now just ass soap or is it just soap?
Oh my god.
I was not prepared for the hard-hitting questions.
Oh God.
Well,
Thoughts?
Well, the surface of the soap, by its very nature, is constantly washing away.
That's exactly my point.
It's constantly being eroded. Yes, it's not
the inner soap core to blame for what the outer soap has experienced.
Exactly.
Okay, but no.
Like, is the inner core that version?
No, you
of
don't fucking win.
outer is just like what life has done to it.
Hold on.
He's a scientist.
Hold on.
He's on my side.
Hold on. Here was the argument that we had. He brought it up and said that, and he's like, "Yeah, but if you just like rinse it off, it goes away." I'm like, "No, you're not like lathering it down and rubbing it up and like getting that layer off. You just
Hold up me being a scientist. Can I bring up a story that might actually contradict your narrative, Ryan?
But hang on. Okay.
But
hang on. I need to clarify.
I'm going to bring it up later.
Okay.
We will. We'll get to that. But check this out. I'm not taking a shit and then walking straight into the shower and sticking soap up my ass. That's not what's happening.
Yeah.
I have the removable handle. I'm like giving myself a rinse off action. And then I'm taking a regular shower.
Which, by the way, is legit action in the days of the shutdown. That counts as action. Rinse off is like
it's some of the hottest times I've had.
But my argument was,
I'm taking what I can get.
Soap isn't just clean because it's soap. Like you put it in your butt, and so there's like doo-doo particles on it. And now that soap is just dirty. Number one. Just lather up your hands, stick your hand in your ass to clean your ass. You don't need to stick a bar of soap in there. Number one, use a washcloth.
100%.
I have a counterexample that's right there with Steve on this. Okay, it's not just the doo-doo particles. Okay, so this is empirical evidence, it's experimental evidence during grad school.
Okay,
I'm not going to name names because I don't want to publicly shame anyone on your podcast.
It's fine. I know you're talking about me,
particular roommate who had a problem with just shedding a large amount of his pubic hair while using the soap. And I had to share an apartment with this guy. Pubic hairs are lacerating. They can commingle with soap particles in a weird way where they get like re-encrusted in it, like a anthropological find. The shit's just buried, sort of mixed inside, or cuts grooves like it's like glacier action on a bar of soap. So even though you might be sitting there going like, okay, the bar of soap is this like pristine thing where everything gets shed, the reality is there's this like gray mixy area where there's all kinds of weird shit mixing together, including pubes.
Yeah.
Right, Steve? Do you agree?
Yeah.
Anybody?
I agree. Thank you.
Yeah.
Science man proved my point.
I wish I had that drop. Back off, man. I'm a scientist.
I'll throw my 2 cents in. Me personally, I'm a lather guy, so the bar is never making its way into the nether regions itself. It isn't. But for the sake of your argument,
you're doing this shit, right?
I'm a lather guy.
I'm making a compound, and then I will use that compound.
I send a lather down below because I want to be a part of that romantic engagement. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so, but the thing is if you were taking a bar of soap and you were splitting in half, and then you were cleaning with this side and then cleaning with this side, and then you joined it back together again and let it refuse, that would be problematic. But if you're using
that totally worked with soap. I do that, by the way.
So if you were doing that,
I turn soap into like Play-Doh occasionally, where I'm like re-squeezing it.
Right.
It's like this looks like a fucking.
So if you're reshaping, reshaping,
I'm carving the word dial into it to try and make it look.
So if you're doing that, if you're doing that, and then you're after you've done some probing and you're reshaping it, that would be a problem. I would be like, no, that cannot stand. But if it's the outside surface and you're doing a diligent job to make sure that the outside surface of the bar of soap is lathered and away, then I'd say you're all right.
Okay, but but hold on. You didn't say you were doing that. You didn't say you were doing that. You just said you rinsed it off under the fucking faucet and then put that shit down. Yeah. No, and I'm like, fucking no, it's not clean. Like that's a doo-doo bar.
I'm gonna just go above and beyond and say get separate bars of soap for Pete's sake.
That's how I had to resolve it. Yeah,
No,
that's how I
use a
learned to
fucking
really
washcloth.
live with roommates. It's
Use a
like,
washcloth.
okay,
you carve it. Never mind dial. You carve your own name into it. Just like, please, just don't.
Just carve doo-doo on it.
Yeah. But that's
this
why
is
it's
my
so
butt.
upsetting when you find your own bar of soap, or you think it's a bar of soap. This is especially if you
No,
have to share a hotel room with a colleague who you're not friendly with. It's very upsetting when you open the bar of soap, because they have like a stack of 5 bars of soap in every fucking hotel room, right? It's very upsetting when you go through the trouble to unravel your own and open it, and then you're like, okay, I'm going to use this, and then you put it on the thing, and then you find out later that instead of your forced roommate, instead of opening the other 8 bars of soap there, they're just like, nah, I just reused yours, bro. There's just like 8 pubic hairs sticking out of it. It's not right.
Yeah, gross.
Come on,
And that's how
it's
the,
like,
isn't
soap
that how
isn't.
the
We're not
argument
running
started?
out of
You
soap.
up and walk in the shower and it was like, oh, I almost use that bar of soap. And you're like, oh no, I put that on my butt. Like, don't use it. I'm like, why would you just leave like community soap in the fucking
Is that how
shower?
that started,
You
by
put
the
in your
way?
butt.
Yeah, that
Ryan and
sounds.
Steve, is that how this started? You guys were on
That's
the road
exactly
in
how it
a
started.
hotel room, and you're just
'Cause he
like,
told me the story,
why do we not just open both bars of soap? They're very tiny.
Yeah, no, because he told me the story, and he's like, "Oh, Sarah was like, she was being like blah 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 because like my butt soap," and I was like, "No, she's absolutely right. Like that's fucking disgusting."
Oh, butt soap.
Telling the story like a boy's man, like it was just gonna be like I was gonna be on his side, and I was like, I was the only one in the house where I was like, "Fucking no."
I was talking to that were like, they're like, because
you guys are fucking animals. It's disgusting.
That's my point. If I take a shit on a soap, it's still a bar of soap,
but it's dirty.
This is such a 2020
You just wash the
conversation
shit
on a podcast, by the way.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's like,
All I'm saying, just because it's soap doesn't mean it's like always just clean.
The world is spinning out of control, and we're talking about butt soap.
right.
Well,
There's a billionaire in a plane right now just going like, nope, nope, not going down.
Okay, listen, to be fair, to defend 2020, we're having this conversation. Otherwise, we'd just all be listening to like Nikki Glazier saying this on Netflix as a joke on satellite radio or something.
That's true. That's true.
So really, it's just now we all get to talk about butt
Now we
soap.
all get to have the butt soap moments. It's a special time.
I mean, I'm telling you, it's a great debate. Okay, so where do you guys land on this? Is it still
hard?
Hold on.
Yeah, no, we'll
hold
just
on.
do votes. Yeah.
So we have to vote. Fuck, because I started with Brian and then I kind of shifted. But all right, how are we gonna do the vote? What's the vote?
But also, you have to understand, I'm not like rubbing my shitty ass on a bar of soap. I'm just clean. I'm finishing the job to have a cleanly asshole.
Okay, fair enough.
All right.
But also, like if you stick your finger in your butt and it's like doo doo, but there's no poop finger, and you just put that finger under a faucet and turn the faucet on, and then turn it off. Is your finger clean?
Okay, but my finger is not soap.
It doesn't matter. It's still a hard surface.
No, it's
So
not.
what are we voting on, gentlemen?
Yeah.
This is a vague. You guys have thrown out a lot of ideas. I want to sting.
Or are you on Ryan's side?
You either pick between one of us. That's where you.
But I can't even tell what your positions are.
Yeah.
I mean, other than I don't want to use your soap from either of you.
Steve says it's disgusting, and that I should
After you put
I should disclose that to everybody who ever takes a shower in my house.
My argument is if you stick a raw bar of soap in between your butt cheeks, that bar of soap is now just invalid. It's just butt soap now. You don't put that on your body.
I'm saying it's still
Right,
soap.
it's ass soap, ass soap.
So let the record be known that I'm an incredibly finicky man, and I'm very tidy. And this entire conversation has made me have nausea and anxiety. So I'm going to go ahead and put my vote in with Steve so that we can just move on.
Thank you. All right.
Ryan, I love you, man. If we were camping or something, I'd share a bar of soap with you. But I'm still going to vote with Steve.
Yeah,
sorry. I mean, in a pinch, I don't care. Like, I'll just shoot whatever it is. I don't own a gun, but if I did, I would just shoot it.
Okay, hold on, Steve. Hold on, Kevin. So
I'm gonna jet plane. I would shoot anything.
But if you were like to stay at my house for a night,
yeah,
and knowing what you know now, Would you ask for a new bar?
I'm just gonna start carrying my own soap everywhere I go. Seems
knowing
like the best thing to
knowing
do.
what I know now, and I stayed the night at your house. The next morning, I would go.
Right.
See you later. I'm gonna go home and shower.
Right. You know, we keep talking about the new normal. I guess the new normal is we carry around our own roll of toilet paper and soap.
Yep.
Everything. It's like we carry like toilet paper on our backpack just in case they run out or something.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Right,
that's the hard hitting debate of the year.
And that, everybody,
Guys,
was the great debate.
my wife and I have been starting doing this thing. Oh, that's cool. Can I tell you this thing my wife and I have been doing?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
But it has to do with butt
normally,
soap.
you know, you have like date night and that kind of bullshit. We've discovered, like, since we've been locked out, we need like anti-date night, where we actually like go through a lot of effort to be in separate rooms and watch some other TV show instead of just watching the same fucking thing or being angry at each other. It actually works really great. Like, we did it. We've done it 3 times now. She's doing it right now because I was like, I got to do a podcast. She's like, great, another anti-date night. You know, it just replaces me going out to bars and stuff.
She commented on the podcast. She said puffball.
What's puffball? Oh yeah, like puffball.
I have one of those things. I'm saying I use that, but I don't put that in my ass.
That's good.
We're over this. I won. But
Where are people commenting on the
There we go.
podcast?
Yeah, you want
But no,
today.
they
you want today.
Ideas.
It's on Facebook, on my personal Facebook.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
what does that mean?
You
Puffball.
can,
I'm the
you can share it. I
puffball?
didn't tag
What
you.
the fuck?
little poofs. Yeah, little poofs. But no, the anti-date night
Loop.
sounds nice because I mean, especially right now, you're around each other all the time. You get on.
Oh my gosh.
And so it makes perfect sense to do that. Like just being separate sides of the house. You go in your room, do your thing, I do my thing, so we don't like kill each other.
That sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, it's a brilliant idea.
Thank you.
I'm gonna start doing it immediately.
As my girlfriend, she scoffed in front of me.
So great. It's like, no, we don't have to enjoy the same stupid Netflix show. You know, it's like you know how you never like. There's tons of Netflix shows where they're both kind of stupid, but you enjoy them anyway. But you know how there's like an overlap where one person just can't handle the version of like lame show that you want to watch. You're just like, I just want to be entertained by this, and the other person's like, okay, but don't you realize that? I can't have an example. I'm sorry, but you know what I mean.
No, I know what you mean.
You both each find like a little thing wrong with the other Netflix special, and you're just like, one of you is just like, I just want to turn off my brain and watch this. I don't care about the flaw that's bugging you or whatever. And so that's what anti-date nights are great for. Obviously, date nights you can watch together some great movie that we somehow all missed, you know, which doesn't even exist anymore, by the way.
We have the same thing. We have the same thing where it's like she has her bad TV, I have mine.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
So like if I have something to do in the evening or whatever, it's like she can catch up on that. But usually my time to be alone is always midnight to 2 or 3 in the morning.
Yeah,
and I'll like flip on horror movies or bad slasher B movies, and that's my time.
Right. I've also
Garrett,
jerking off has turned into the new cheating for me. You know, so just like I just want someone new, and that's me in this case. I'm sorry.
That's
that
funny.
was the weirdest thing. I thought I had finally been rid myself of that. I was like, wow, like all of high school and college that was so boring, and now I'm just like, hey, I miss those days. All right,
yeah. Can I just have me time?
Right, me time.
Garrett just commented, did you all talk about the real issue, the communal soap?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, you just missed it. You missed the great debate.
Not getting back into it.
You have to go back to the beginning.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things about Garrett is that he posts on Facebook stuff that only my 10-year-old son talks about. So I feel like Garrett is like my link to my my children. I was just like, that's like the time that Morpheus won the battle of the something cards on Pokemon 8-7 or something. Like, what the fuck? And then I'll literally show him the meme that Garrett posts on Facebook, and my son will translate. And he's like, he's just like, oh, that's just saying that guy's not smart or that guy's an asshole or something. I'm like, oh, thanks for translating, buddy.
You know what I miss the most out of this whole pandemic thing is I miss my friends finding Kevin Peter Hickerson out in the wild, drunk, singing Red Hot Chili and karaoke.
Right, Ryan. You know what I miss the most? Me being out in the wild.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
Yeah. Garrett sent me a video of KPH just hammered, like singing Peppers one night, and I was like, "Did you guys go out together?" He's like, "Nope, just ran into him."
yeah, that was fun. Yeah, I love that.
It's amazing. Those were the good old days, man, when we used to be able to just run into each other.
Right. Yeah. This is okay. This is another thing that really freaks me out. Is like I've been thinking about how I'm gonna tell my grandkids about the pandemic and how my kids are gonna tell their kids and stuff. And I think one of the most embarrassing things is going to be, I think all our grandkids will be like, so you guys got like so scared of coronavirus that you started eating like Tide Pods and stuff, right? That's what I heard in school. And then we have to like explain to them like,
no,
this is awkward. Actually, we were doing that for fun before we even knew about the pandemic. And then we were like, I don't get it.
You mean that the histories are going to cross over and they're going to have this, they're going to be like,
we were just trying to avoid the bit. It's like, no, man,
we
just
heard
thought
that
it'd be cool if you ate Tide Pods.
We heard that you guys started ghost pepper challenges and eating cinnamon on YouTube in order to fight the virus. And we're like, no, that had nothing to do with it.
We were just a lot of assholes before and after and during.
Oh no.
Sorry, I tried to play a sound drop and then it froze. Wait, this is a good one.
What am I, a fucking retard, man? Am I a fucking retard?
That's Nick Cage. Nick Cage.
That's you yelling at your grandkids.
Oh, it's good.
Sure, grandkids, not everyone around me all the time.
Yeah.
Fuck what? Fuck, I was gonna ask you something else. I forgot. What were we talking about before this?
With off air?
Oh no, I was gonna talk about the Machine Gun Kelly song.
Oh God, yeah.
That's what I sent you that link. Have you guys seen this?
No.
So Machine Gun Kelly put out.
No, I'm over 30.
Yeah. I'm 41. I only know who that guy is because he was in the Motley Crue film and played Tommy Lee.
Yeah.
It's the only reason I don't even know who that dude is.
He actually did a pretty good job playing Tommy Lee.
He did a great job. He captured the craziness of that dude 100%.
Ryan, I'm just happy you didn't mention some anime character that I was supposed to know. So I was like, what, an actual human that looks like an anime character? Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Goku.
I only came across it because somebody posted it and I was like, Machine Gun Kelly's doing pop punk now? That's what's happening?
Oh, that's what it is?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he used to be a rapper.
Oh, 4 million in 24 hours. That's why he's getting.
Oh, boy.
Megan Fox. Oh, she's awesome.
Oh, yeah, Megan Fox in the video.
Yeah. Okay. Could have introduced it that way, buddy.
Do they zoom in? Do they zoom in on her thumbs? Do they zoom in on Megan Fox's thumbs?
Hold on. I'm going to defend Kevin here for a second. Megan Fox is gorgeous, number one. Number two, she's not been around. When's the last thing she was in? She's been around for a while.
Right, exactly. She was cove-hiding. She was cove-hiding. Yeah. Like, I'm not going to come out until you maximally need
I'm trying to defend Kevin. I like Kevin.
Like, you guys were so mean to me at the end of Transformers 1 or 2, whatever the fuck I was in.
Yeah.
But now you need me.
Oh, God.
This is a lockdown. All you have is Megan Fox and your family.
Megan Fox and a Machine Gun Kelly pop.
Wow. It's 2008.
Okay, to be fair though, Machine Gun Kelly kind of looks like a mannequin. So to some degree, who he or what he is doesn't matter. She's just like, yeah, I started with this thing that could be like posed as a man, and then I could like sing around him. I'm watching the video right now, so that's why I'm. You guys can't see the video as I'm watching it, but I'm watching it. I'm like, yeah, it's just like her robotic dildo that she.
Oh, so your private plane gets Wi-Fi too, huh?
Yeah.
I mean,
dude,
bro,
I'm Starlinked.
Stop.
I've got
rubbing it
Teslas
in.
driving around the.
I bet Megan Fox is on that plane with you right now.
Totally.
She's operating the camera.
She's steering the ship. She's steering the plane. She's like,
right. Oh, I love if videos like this had secret messages like where all the cool people are surviving lockdown or something.
No, but the last thing Megan Fox in was in that Michael Bay Ninja Turtles movie.
That's what I was thinking. That's the last thing I saw her in.
Yeah.
And then
Oh my god! At the Pasadena Comic-Con, I ran into one of the Ninja Turtle stunt doubles, and bless this guy's heart, it was the most depressing thing that had happened to me in a long time.
Oh, fuck you!
Why was it so depressing?
That would have been so exciting
because
for
he
me.
was so eager to meet everybody, and he was just like, "Hey, here's that one time back in the '90s, I was in a Ninja Turtle stunt double thing, and he had photos." And
I want to know. I want to know if it's the guy that I know. I actually no. It's okay. He's not like a friend of mine. He was. So I used to work for NBC. I know,
but I want to out anyone.
No, it's okay. Yeah.
Hold on. Time out. Everybody time out. What? Everybody time out. The most important thing we need to know is which turtle he was the stunt for.
God, that is exactly what he told me, and also exactly what I forgot.
So
I mean, he showed me pictures and everything. God, you sound like Garrett. What is wrong with you?
Okay, wait, Kevin, was he a very little guy with like dark hair and glasses?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh my god!
So if it's the same guy, here's how I know him. I used to work at NBC Universal, and there was a guy. There was a guy who was a trainer in the gym for the studio, and that was that dude. And so every time you go in,
he said that he trained a lot of them and stuff. Yeah,
yeah. So he's a really really sweet guy, and that was
super nice.
Yeah,
super nice.
Yes,
I hope I didn't come off as thinking.
No.
Sad.
Yeah. Well, I said it was sad, but we're all sad.
And I don't know which Ninja Turtle he was. I don't remember that either. But I remember.
To give you an example, my two flight attendants both broke down crying today because they were like,
"Of course,
sir, when are we gonna land?
When can we land this thing?"
Right. Like, I miss my family.
Sir, I have a family.
I get it. Times are hard.
And they're like, we want to use somebody else's soap besides yours. You'll use my butt
down
soap
to 3 slivers,
and you'll like it.
I spent so much time trying to get this soap shaped like a dick. You better fucking like it.
Jesus, I'm not that indulging.
Yeah. No, but Kevin, there was some science shit that came up this week.
Science
shit coming up. What do you mean?
Okay, well, the big one where it was like NASA found like a parallel universe where time runs backwards. I didn't read the story.
Oh yeah, I guess that. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Wait, what? I think you're just talking about the new Christopher Nolan movie Tenet. I don't think that was news.
Oh.
No, I got sent that. Anytime that stuff comes out, like I got a message, and I got sent both that link, and then by the same person, I got sent another link saying, "Just kidding, NASA reverses its long time going backwards." It was so weird, and I'm really embarrassed to say that I was more worried about me having COVID, so I didn't click on either one. So
what's fascinating to me about these things, because it's just like, it's crazy, but it's so outside of my realm of knowledge that they could say anything. I'm like, yeah, it's probably true. You know, there's a parallel universe that runs backwards.
Honestly, that's how I felt about the article. Like a lot of times, especially if I get like interviewed for an article or just or see an article interviewing somebody I know or something. A lot of times, I notice that it's very easy to take like a few words of the description and then make it super exciting for the title. Yeah. And then the more you read it, it's more like, oh, fuck, this is like like a possible interpretation. Not that stuff can't happen, just that there's usually different ways of interpreting the same kind of theory.
Yeah, the same. Yeah,
because I'm not at all like I don't feel like we learned a lot about universes going forward and backward, or didn't. So because
I like to imagine that a NASA employee had a folder that said things not to publish to the public, and they accidentally hit publish, and they were like, no, not that one, not that one. They're not ready for that.
I think it was this guy, Kurt. I think it was Kurt.
Oh, okay, that might not be the same guy then.
Yeah,
that may not be the same guy.
Brian, I like how it's like I don't want to name anyone specific. They're just like, no, we're fucking googling that during the
my guy was in the suit. He was in the suit in the '90s movies, so he wasn't a modern. Yeah, it was a dude from back in like Turtles 2, and he wore the actual suit.
Yeah, so maybe it's this guy, Kurt Bryant. Bryant, yeah.
What?
I can read.
None of those are the guy that I know, so I can't back that up. But the guy I know that I saw the photo of him in his suit for sure.
So he's probably
okay. You guys okay if I get a little like offensive?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, I have a Ryan. Can you look up? I love that. This is actually a really good joke at the end of Coming to America. Can you look up?
That's one of my favorite movies. I love that movie.
Yes, I love this. Okay, I wanted to make a meme of this shit. So go to one of my favorite jokes is the soup joke at the end.
Wait! That joke, right?
Yeah, exactly. So one of the things I wanted to know is so I guess a friend of mine Vito, like a YouTube personality. One of the things he went viral because he discovered people seeing Robert Downey Jr. in blackface in Tropical Thunder, which is fucking hilarious. That movie,
where he said that it says like when the young people discover. I saw that one.
Yeah. So he got into that and he went viral because of that. And then I thought it would be really funny to just figure out, like, take bets or something. If Eddie Murphy in, I guess you could call it Jew face, because he's making like a Jewish character. See, which one will offend people in the future faster? Like Eddie Murphy in Jew face or Robert Downey Jr. in blackface in Tropical Thunder. And just I don't even know. This is a legit scientific question. I don't know which one will make people matter faster in the future, the world of the future.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I don't think any kids from Gen Z can watch any movies from the 80s. Number one.
Really? There's just all movies called Their Heads to Explode or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, from like the year they were born in the 90s, on. That's it. And so
they're gonna watch Coming to America. It's like,
like, can you imagine showing any of them Blazing Saddles? They'd lose their mind. They'd lose their mind.
America is like such a great movie. And just some point, somebody's gonna be like, "This is so awful of
so offensive."
Yeah, even though that's the fucking funniest, one of the funniest scenes of the movie. I fucking love it.
They don't see the satire in it, but
they don't see the satire. Yeah. That's the problem. Is when you see the responses to Tropic Thunder, you're like, you didn't think that they knew that that's totally what they were making fun of. Somebody being so consciously unaware of what was going on.
So that's why I think this is the next one. So about 10 years, this is my prediction. As a scientist, I predict 10 to 20 years, there's going to be some sort of outrage. Like some kids in the future are going to discover this scene of Eddie Murphy doing this. Like, how could this be okay? Like, just freaking the fuck out.
You know what? As a non-scientist, I'll give it 5 years. If Eddie Murphy actually does
5 years
stand-up special,
I think so.
Yeah,
5 years. If Eddie Murphy does the next 5 years, it's going to come up.
Yeah,
because they're going to dive into his history.
The new cancel thing. People are like, have you guys seen this part of Coming to America?
Let's watch the scene. Let's watch the scene.
Can you play the scene? I love this. This is one of the great. It's such a great.
Do it.
Listen, stop right there a minute. Man goes into a restaurant. You listening? A man goes into a restaurant. He sits down. He's having a bowl of soup. He says to the waiter, come taste the soup. The waiter says, "Is something wrong with the soup?" He says, "Taste the soup." He says, "There's something wrong with the soup. Is the soup too hot?" He says, "Will you taste the soup?" It's wrong. Is the soup too cold? Will you just taste the soup? All right, I'll taste the soup. Where's the spoon? Aha.
That's so fucking good.
What do you know from?
I love that.
What did you know from Funny, you bastard? You want to know a funny true story about coming to America? This is actually pretty good. I grew up in Tulsa, Oklahoma, in a kind of religious home, strict religious home. And so, but my parents we were like avid movie fans. We loved watching comedies. I grew up on like Trading Places and Blazing Saddles and Three Amigos and all these classic comedies. So even though I was in this strict environment, Coming to America was the first R-rated movie that I got to see with my parents. And like they covered up my eyes during the boobs. But I got to hear, like, they covered that for me, but I got to hear every F-bomb.
That's awesome.
We're sitting around the dinner. We're sitting around a table in a restaurant, and the first imitations I started to do were Coming to America. So I start doing the barbershop scene, and we're sitting in a public place, and I go, fuck you, and fuck you. Who's next? Like that. And my parents are like, red, but also laughing so hard because I was doing the barbershop scene. And, so that was a true story that still gets told at Thanksgiving to this day.
That's awesome.
So,
Coming to America is such a good movie and so funny that people don't consider it like a black movie.
Yeah. That's a great point.
Because it's just so funny. It's just like so universal. Everybody loves it. But like technically, if you want to look at it, it's full black cast. It's a black movie, but nobody can like.
Oh yeah,
Friday's a black movie
with the soul glow and the Jerry curl references, like all of that. It is amazing how well people have just glommed on and been like, "Yeah, totally, Jerry curl juice. I get it."
And then he leaves the stain on the seat.
Yeah.
Fucking like
the whole family, like the whole family gets up.
With Friday, it's actually a lot of Latinos like Friday a lot because it is South Central. It's like there's also I think it was next Friday. There's the Mexican guy, right? Yeah. I'm thinking of that one. Yeah, you're right.
I love that.
Universal.
It's like I love that logic, right? It's like Latinos loved Friday because in the sequel they added one Latino guy. There was all good backwards in time.
The sequel, and they loved it.
Fucking, I know what
It's so true,
that's like you're describing the business model of every franchise ever right now. It's like, okay, nobody likes our thing. What do we do? Okay, we find a demographic that will like it. We're gonna add that demo to like the sequel, and then those fuckers will just watch all of the rest of it. It's like you described Hollywood's business model right now. It's like, okay, why isn't there a lesbian Filipina in Back to the Future? Let's backwork that.
Remake someone called Aquafina.
Yeah,
we'll get it.
I'm saying Latinos are always the best sports about movies, and especially the most offensive depiction of characters. They never complain about it. They're just stoked that they're in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Hector. That's why Hector's Hector.
Hector's
fucking movie.
I feel the same way about this Jet. I'm just happy to be here. I don't, no judgment. I'm just
#blessed.
Hashtag blessed to be circling above you guys. Your lower altitudes.
Jumping on Kevin's point of how long before people look at Coming to America and thinking, looking at it poorly.
Yeah.
Because Jew face. How long before people look at House Harker and like, yo, there's no black people in it?
Hey, there are. There are.
There's one black looking cop.
No, that's That's our total joke. You remember in the movie is that we have the two deputies.
Yeah,
That we so
two of them.
to be fair, we filmed in Wisconsin.
I love how you got
Wisconsin.
Jacob all defensive. Like, I
No.
I have black
shouldn't be. I'm
characters.
We filmed in
Like, I have black
Wisconsin.
friends, but I have black characters.
No, we filmed in Wisconsin.
I
So let's
cast
just say that
blacks all the
the casting pool
Yeah,
wasn't very rich where we
Very
were.
thin.
Yes,
Yeah.
but we specifically
Well,
those two guys.
Steven, I have another question for you. How long before Zoom meetings become like that? Can you imagine where it's like you're going to a Zoom meeting at work and somebody's just like, why aren't there more black people cast on the Zoom call?
Yeah. Why am I not seeing any black faces? Go get Steve. He'll be on the diversity chair. I'm like, I don't want.
Hold on. I got one we could call up. He could add in.
Yeah. Hey, Steve, you want to come to this meeting? No.
Steve, I know we don't.
We
work
really
together,
need you on the call, man.
Just call it
Yeah.
and say you're anthropologist or whatever.
Yeah.
Just, do that for a couple.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I know about old tribes. Like, well, where's your family from Africa? Slavery. I don't know.
I love that.
Your family lineage. Lineage. I'm like,
Nope.
yeah, slavery.
Yeah.
Yeah, the end right there. Like,
Found it out.
Oh. Yeah, I remember I had a white lady ask me that once, and I was just like in a
What's
bad
your
mood
family
already.
lineage?
No, because my last name is Rodgers, but it has a D in it. Everyone's supposed to be G. So I was
She's
like,
like,
no.
I thought we bought you. I
Yeah,
don't know.
basically.
I don't have it all
And
written
she's
out.
like, and she was just like, oh, with the D, so like New England. And I was like, no, slavery. And she was just like, okay. Just kept. No, I was in college. I was going to University of Laverne. She's like, oh, it's a D like New England. Your family from New England? I was like, no, it's slavery. And then it got quiet.
Yeah.
Like, all right, thank you, Mrs. Bussar lady.
Yeah, that's why Robin Givens has a bone to pick with my family.
Really?
Robin, she's like,
I,
we're
I
not,
do the 23.
we're not supposed to be given
so did a lot of my
Yeah.
so did a lot of my family, and of course we've got like most proud white people were like, dude, I've got 0.1% black people in me. We're all like proud of it now, like trying to like
It's like I N-word.
make it. But what's hilarious is like where it is in our family and the way we're trying to trace it down, and we're always just like, it's probably on grandma's side. Yeah, and then it's probably on her grandma's side. And there's no basis for it. We're just like sort of makes sense.
I saw this argument on Twitter today. I don't remember what the original post was, but people were arguing in the comments, and I just like to read the arguments because they're just entertaining.
Yeah. That's
me.
fun.
And
You know, arguing on the
and,
comments
like,
on Twitter is the beginning of death, by the way.
Oh yeah, no, I don't get into it. I just read them. But like,
Okay.
dude, like some girl said something, some white dude responded, and then his response is like, yeah, my family owned slaves, but not all slave owners were like evil and like mean to the slaves. And it was just like, yo, get a better argument. Like, my slave owning like ancestors weren't mean to their slaves. Like, Jesus Christ.
yeah, I don't think they need to be defended. I don't think they need to be defended. You know what I mean? It's like if they're in your family, it's it happened.
So, dudes, full disclosure, my
Weekend.
That's like a pit bull owner argument, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't think people want to be compared to dogs either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
so full disclosure, my most recent slave owning ancestor that I know of is my grandfather's uncle. Yeah, we're going there, buddy. No, it's a double-edged sword. You're gonna love it. It's actually it's my Mexican side because my grandfather's from Mexico. But the more so because my grandfather's uncle was governor of Sonora. That's that's a fucking big deal, right? That's like yeah. Anyway, so one of his things is that in the city of what's the capital?
City of Compton.
No, it's
Nice.
Aramisio, this town of Aramisio, there's a giant fucking rock sculpture that says Aramisio. It's like the Hollywood sign. It's stupid though. It's like you can Google it. Yeah, hey, Ryan, Google this and show pictures. There's a stone sign that says Aramisio. It's so stupid. Anyway, my sister was like studied history, so she found all these historical documents of how this was built, and it's basically built with like slave labor, and he was also an army general, so half of it was slave labor, and the other half was he ordered his soldiers to help the slaves build this side. But that's basically still kind of slave labor, right? They're just like ordering that. So anyway, I'm like, kind of, this is like my biggest family legacy, or I'm like, like, hey, you like this side? You can see it on Google Maps. It's just made with slave labor and shit. Relax. I'm gonna find. I'm gonna find a fucking picture of it from Google Maps. I'm gonna look for it right now.
Can't. So, what?
No, I was gonna say something. Right? It's
come
past
on.
now. No, I was like, Kevin's like, oh look, that's my family. Niggers made that.
Well, no, they're
tell people.
Sorry, they were. Nothing wrong with black slaves, but they weren't Africans. They were Native Americans. Sorry. Damn it! I ruined it again.
Oh God!
It was all. It was all the whites.
Keep that soundbite, Ryan. Keep that soundbite on standby.
It was the whites and the reds. Okay. Yeah. No, and then just to add to the fun, I'm descendant of some of the slaves.
That was the greatest.
Thank you.
That's what you should name the episode.
The whites and the reds.
No.
Whites and the reds.
Nothing wrong with black slaves, but that was a great way to approach it too. That was fucking hilarious.
That's true.
Good.
Oh, come on.
Why aren't you a professor again?
I think this is it. I think you're finding out.
Kevin's appeared.
Discovering that
Kevin's been on
time.
one too many. He's been on one too many podcasts.
Right? It's like, oh shit! Anyone who's ever wanted to employ me has Googled my name. That sucks.
But you've had Bill Nye on though.
Yeah,
I know, but that just backfires against you.
You put it on your resume. I'm smarter than Bill Nye.
I'm smarter than Bill Nye. Just put that.
They don't care if you're smart at this point. Where is this fucking hill? I gotta find this.
Are you still
Right,
looking?
hold on, I'm looking, and
He's still looking at the map.
Oh.
Well, right. I always thought about this right here. I want to take the tour because I live right near the San Gabriel
the mission. Yeah.
So they do tours, and I'm like, I wonder if they actually talk about how bloody and terrible that actual like the historic
because I went on
building of those things.
No, because I remember going on those field trips when we had to like build missions in elementary school.
Yeah.
I went to really white elementary school. If you couldn't tell with my voice. But no, it was like everybody worked together, and they went up all of California building these missions, and everybody was friendly.
I think I did the Santa Fe mission. I think that was mine. I did that one too.
Yeah.
I think the tendency of American history is to sweep a lot of that under the rug for sure. Like, did you guys watch Watchmen at all on HBO?
Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
dude.
You said Tulsa.
What I was going to say is, I graduated from high school in Tulsa, and I've been out here for 20 years, but I graduated from there. And when we were kids, when they talked about the race riots in Tulsa, it was literally like this. It was like, and then there was some unhappy things, and there was a little race riot. Anyway, on to, and so they would.
We're fine now.
They would glaze over it so much because, like, when Watchmen dropped and they're showing all this stuff, everybody from my hometown is all like, "Did we ever learn about any of this growing up?"
Actually, true.
Like, yeah. Oh boy.
That's why, like, I had the same in high school. My last 2 years of high school, I had the same history teacher, which I appreciated very much because he was like a younger guy, and he would go through the books, and then he would he was like, also the internet exists, and this is what really happened. Right. and then he would tell us all the real fucked up shit that was actually going on, and it was pretty cool. No. I mean, at least pretty as a, a student standpoint, he's not just going off the book.
Sugarcoating everything.
Yeah, sugarcoating everything.
Yeah, there was a great series on HBO probably about over a decade ago with Robert Wool called Assume the Position. And it was where he would be in front of a classroom and he would teach everybody about all the things that we learned incorrectly, like Paul Revere, all these historical things. And he would walk you through the actual situation. You can still find them on YouTube. They're amazing. I remember watching it and just being like, what? They're still teaching it that way. You know what I mean? So it's crazy.
I know. Well, I think isn't it California the only state that like just kind of dismisses Christopher Columbus now too?
Well, no, I don't know if they teach in schools because we've been out since then, but I know like a lot of them are like taking away Columbus Day and just making it like Indigenous
Peoples Day. The Reds
yeah,
and the Whites.
They won't show Home Alone. They won't show the first Harry Potter movie. The other Chris Columbus. I'm sorry, I get caught up on it.
Guys, I think that happened here because I'm looking for pictures of my uncle's slave sign,
and they've removed it.
Can't find it.
They've scrubbed it from the internet. It didn't happen.
Stated.
Yeah.
That's a good thing, I guess. I don't know. I can't tell.
Why wasn't there a protest for that statue being taken down? What the fuck?
Probably because it involves moving rocks. I mean, honestly, I think it was a stack of rocks, if I remember right. It's probably pretty easy to take down.
That's what I was going to get to. Speaking of the dark history of the missions, I always wanted to like brush up on what I know about it.
Yeah.
And take the tour and just fuck with the tour guide.
And tell the truth.
Yeah.
Hey, but what about when they gave them all smallpox and they like tied them up and made them stay outside and drag these bricks around and shit and made them whip them until they prayed their gay away and stuff like that. Like what?
And the tour guide's just like, this way to the cafeteria.
They got popcorn.
Yeah.
Oh God,
that's great. Well, my kids are about to return from the park, and so my place is probably going to become a little havoc here. So I might have to wrap it up on my end.
We're a little over an hour. We usually try and keep it under an hour or at an hour. Okay. So we're a little over an hour. We're wrapping it up right now anyway. So
okay, perfect.
Really appreciate it. Thanks,
yeah, man.
Good to see you, Jacob.
You, Jake.
Good to see you too, man. Good to see all you guys. Seriously.
Yeah, good luck on your behind the scenes deal with a sequel. Hopefully that all pans out for you.
Yeah. Definitely. I'll keep you guys posted.
If you want to give a shout out on the podcast where people can follow you on Twitter, Instagram, anything like that.
Yeah, I'm envious. I should have done the @ sign, but it's just @ Jacob Givens everywhere. You can find me on any platform with that.
He's the first.
Yeah,
I'm the first. I've had other Jacob Givens contact me too, very angrily. Be like, I can't believe you took all the domains.
There's a Ryan Demarest in Oregon that sends me emails that he gets for me.
Oh, that's funny.
That's great.
We're friends on Facebook now because of it.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Kevin, where can we find you?
Yeah. Please don't try and find me.
Too late.
Facebook, Kevin Hickerson.
I'm outside yours.
Apparently you can't find me in Aramisio. All signs of our existence have been erased for the best. I'm on Facebook, Kevin Hickerson, and Twitter, KP Hickerson, although I hate Twitter. Oh my God. So you better be really into following me if you're going to follow me on Twitter.
All right, guys.
And I'll also be flying over your house.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'll see you, Kevin. We're going to let you go right now. I'll see you. Goodbye.
See you guys.
Jake,
all right,
so
Jacob. Coming on.
Woo! All right, that was a good show.
Right, that was a lot of fun.
That was a good show. We'll wrap it up right now. Thank you guys so much for listening. I forgot to put this banner up, or listening and watching. I forgot to put this banner up, but we do need money. So, if you like what you hear or see or whatever, go to patreon.com/hitthemics and become a patron. There are different tiers of different perks you can get, exclusive content, exclusive merch, exclusive shout outs, and maybe we can even get you in here as a guest. That'd be even fun thing to do.
Yeah, come hang out with us.
But so we do. Again, this is my spiel that I do every time I do a comedy show. We do this completely for free. We don't charge you to watch it at all. So the least you could do is empty out your pockets. Give us what you got, just on you, whatever. $5, $2, $1.
You got some change in your cup jar and in your car.
It helps go a long way because we do this shit isn't completely free for us to do.
No,
but if you enjoy it, then tip us a little bit something.
Throw us a quarter in the hat.
There we go. That's all I'm saying. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Thanks, Steven.
Always.
Thanks, Sarah. Thanks, Lemmy. Thanks, Pineapple Man. Thanks, Jake. And thanks, Kevin. And we'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye. We off air? Oh, we're still going.